Okay, 12 minutes. 50 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Fabric band if you have one. I also have a mini band as well. And we're just gonna do some rockers and some stuff. Maybe you use the band if you want. I brought this out in case you want to use it. You put it around your thighs. So when you're doing your rockers, just so you, real quick. So you have band, you can have a really thick, tense one or a light one. But you're doing rockers and you got like your toes in, your heels away, and then you push out on that band. You put a little pressure in here, and that's going to help engage your glutes as you also push down your shins into the floor. So from the side, your rocker is going to be here. You're pushing out on that band. You're pushing your edge of your shins into the floor, and this is going to help light up your glutes here. I don't use the band that often, but sometimes. Anyway, 10 seconds. Yeah, hold on a second. Yes. Oh, see, that died anyway. Okay, 10 seconds. Ah, goodness. Just gonna do some rockers with the band or without. So toes in, heels away, pushing through the outside of your shin, trying to open up those ankles as much as you can. Most people's ankles are locked up, so it's challenging to get them open. Most people might be here, but the goal is to try and get the tops of your feet flat on the mat, on the floor, so you can do those rockers. If you want, you can also tuck your toes and then still keep your heels away. We don't want to be here, we want heels out. As you rock back, 50 seconds goes fast when you're explaining stuff. Just pushing your hips back. The more, we're gonna do that again. The more that you push into the mat, onto that band, the more you engage your glutes. So if you're into wanting to really work your glutes and your low back muscles, your lumbar spine, this is really good to put more pressure. If you just wanna work the rockers to gain more length through your backside, which this does as well, this is what you can do less pressure through that movement. So when you're doing the rocker, you want to make sure your low back is nice and strong, nice neutral spine here. We don't want to be tucking your hips under. We want them out. We want the core engaged here as we rock back. So you can use assistance with a bench or a yoga block a little bit lower. Or when you get really strong, you can do unassisted and just rock back. But always putting that pressure either through the shin or resistance against the band. I think we're gonna do that one more time just because we went through a lot of points. Now I want you to focus on dialing that in. So toes in, heels away, or toes tucked, still heels away. Nice strong glutes, nice strong lumbar spine. Core's engaged. We're not doing a crunch, but we're keeping everything tight up into here. And we're pushing our hips to the wall behind us, using support if needed. Try and keep your gaze ahead, not down. And then if you're in this position, you're rocking, and if you have a mirror, it's really good. But you can try and see if when you come back, if your hips start to tuck because you don't have that much length in the back, don't go down that far. We want to keep our hips nice and open. Make sure we're not pinching in the front here. So yeah, when you can do rock, if your hips start to do this, you're going down further than what your body can right now. So mirrors are great. Okay, we're gonna do rocker as well. So find the pressure. And then I want you to just find, say, like your left glute. So your right leg is going to be very light or crossed over the left. And you're going to do that same motion, finding that glute, toes in, heel away, core is engaged, nice and strong in the lumbar spine, nice and strong in the glutes. Again, the more pressure you put down through your shin, your shin, the more pressure you're going to get and engagement you will in your glutes. You can go hands on the floor. If you put them off to the right instead of the left, you can really push into that side pocket of your glute here. We're going to do that one more time because there's lots to go through. I need to make these like 2 minutes long. Next time. Okay, again, back into that left hip. Use support, use a high support if you need. High support can help you if it feels too pinchy in the front here. You don't want that pinch. If there's pinching in your hip flexor, in the front of your hip, you need to adjust how you're tilting your pelvis here. So you can be here. We don't want to be super like this. Just need to be down, nice neutral spine. What's not going to pinch here, we don't want to be in our quad. If you're feeling your quad too much, you have to adjust your tilt in your hips and pushing into that glute. We want this glute, hamstring, low back working. Core is engaged. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the right side. So find your rocker. If you want to pressurize both sides to find the pressure, so you can really even if you have that band, you're pressurizing here, you're pushing to the floor, and then slide over to the right side. And then use your support. Obviously I just had my hands up so you can see. Use your support. Put your hands off to the left if you want. Take off the left leg a bit, cross it over the right. Just puts more pressure into that glute. I always end up putting my hand on my glute so I can feel how much engagement I have. So we want to keep that rocker position. We want to make sure we're not tucking as we come down. If this is the only range you have right here, that's fine. The more that you do this, the more length you're going to get in through your backside here. I had a class last night. We went through 2 series of doing some rockers, just single side and regular rockers. And this is a 10-second break, by the way. Okay, get back into your right side. We did rockers, and by the time we were done, we got into a nice forward fold. The ladies were able to actually touch the floor because we found and gained length by doing rockers through here. So it is beneficial, not just for building up the glutes, but also getting length into that backside. So just make sure when you're doing this, you're not tucking your hips under. One nice out. You want a nice neutral spine. Lumbar spine works. And the glutes are on fire. And always looking up. And always making sure your shoulders aren't tight up to your ears. You want them relaxed down. Relaxed neck. Whew. I think I'm talking too much. Okay, if you have a little band, just get you to put it around your ankles here. And then we're going to go back into that rocker. From here, we're going to try and get our knees close together. Toes in, heels away. And you're going to rock down, and as you come up, so hands are going to be out a little bit further. I'll show you from the side in a second. And as you come up, you're just going to internally rotate your femurs in your hip socket as you come up. So like a rocker kick out. The band is not necessary if you don't have one. It's fine. So you're here, knees as close as you can. Hands are out a little bit further. Get that neutral spine here. Head's looking straight. And then you're going to come up and kick those heels out. So as you kick your heels out, we don't want the toes coming out. We want the heels staying out, the toes still staying in. This little 10-second break here. Okay, we do this again. Knees in, close as you can. So as I come up out of that rocker, a little more tabletop, I'm going to extend a little bit more. And then my femurs rotate in to create a corner. This is our release when we walk. So from the side, you can see it's a rocker. And then as I come up a little bit further than tabletop, and then I can corner those femurs in there. Again, my heels are staying out, my toes are staying in. You should feel this right in this pocket here of your glutes. If you can't, that's fine. It's something you can work towards. You can even get here and you can hold it and try and make sure you're looking straight. You're not looking down. You want to keep that spine nice and neutral. We're going to do that one more time because there's a lot of pointers to go through. So I want you to focus on all those points. Knees together, heels out, toes in. Hands out a little further, looking forward. Rock back, come forward, rotate femurs in, kick the heels out. Back. This feels too much in your hip flexor, adjust how your pelvis is tilted. In, whew. Rock back, rotate in, rock back, rotate in. Again, if you want, when you come out on one of those, let's just get a little bit of space here. Come in or out, and you just hold it. Got 5 seconds, let's just hold it here. There we go. Just like that. All right, we're going to go still a rocker, but we're gonna do more of a pigeon. So find that left side. Once you find your left side, take the right leg up and over, cross this one in. So as you can see, I do a little bit of a in, and then just rock back on that left hip. Using support, sometimes the pigeon rocker is better to have a high support because it can pinch a little bit more in the front and rock back. The back leg is just gliding on the floor. If it's too much to do this, go back to the single leg rocker like this. It's here, and you're gonna rock. Again, keeping the glutes strong, pressing through the shin and engaging your glutes. Whew. All right, we're gonna do the right side pigeon rocker. So find your right side, load that glute up, take the left leg up, cross it over so it crosses in and across. So my left leg is rotating inward, and then just rock back here using support, low or high, whatever you feel that's going to get you into your glute, not pinching your hip flexor. Usually I have a good rotation when I'm in the pigeon of my chest really rotating out to the side, my same side that I'm loading. This is my loading leg, just rocking back. Just scrubbing out this last little side here before the 12 minutes are done. Rocking it back. Again, we want to make sure our core is engaged while we do this. It's not a crunch, it's just everything's engaged in the front. Okay, that was 12 minutes. So let's just get back into that pigeon on the left side, and let's just stretch it back to stretch out that hip. You can be up high, you can be down low, you can have your leg a little bit less bent. I don't know if my body does that. I usually do it like this, but just stretching out that hip, that glute that we just worked. You can like rock back and forth. Stretch it out. And we're gonna switch sides. And stretch this side out. Again, can be low. You can be upright here. Stretch that out. Whew. Also, sometimes I'll stretch this too. And I kind of like to hover over my leg, hug my knee a little bit and stretch it all out. All right, now let's get back and let's push ourselves up to a forward fold. So forward fold, let's keep our feet straight. You want to internally rotate our femurs like we did on that kick out, and we want to just reach to the floor. So as I reach to the floor, femurs go in, hips are going back, and then it's my upper body. My back is staying nice and flat here. I'm not rounding here to try and reach. It's bending from the hips, pushing the hips to the wall behind you, internally rotating the femurs to get to the floor. And just hang out here for a minute. I like to rock back and forth, sometimes grab my elbows to swing back and forth. And as you swing, you should generally find just a little bit more length coming out of the backside as you hang out here. You can adjust your feet a little bit. Again, feet kind of straight. If anything, toes in a little bit and heels out. We don't want our ankles here, inside ankle, we don't want them collapsing in. We want the pressure on the outside edge of our feet. So from the big toe out to the outside blade, keeping those arches strong and the inside ankle bone high. So putting more pressure more into the pad of your foot is better than trying to be like back on your heels. This will help keep that inside ankle bone nice and high while you're trying to also internally rotate those femurs. Let's rock it out, swing back and forth. If you want to get a little deeper in your stretch, take one foot back a little bit, put pressure into that front leg, and then push back to get more length through the backside. Feel from the side here. Here, I'm just going to kick the right leg back, and then my hands kind of split between both sides of my left foot, and then I can try and get my chest to my thigh. Now, if you feel any shakes, like my legs are shaking right now, it's because you did some work, and that's fine if it's shaking. Totally fine to get the shakes. It's a nervous system reset, recode. And do the other leg. Just helps get a little more length into that backside as we do this. Again, as you're doing this, try and make sure the pressure is through the pad of your foot and not your heel. All right, stretch, stretch. All right, now when you're ready, I want you to kind of ragdoll up, but using your hamstrings and your glutes to bring your upper body up, not using kind of like your low back, I guess. We're going to kind of put pressure in through that backside by pushing through the pad of the foot, kind of push your feet out like you're trying to rip a piece of paper. That's going to help engage those hamstrings and the glutes, and then slowly bring your upper body up using your backside. And stretch it out. Ooh, cracked a little bit. Anyway, that's the workout. Have a good day.